Welcome back to Timberborn. At the end of the last episode, we rescued a couple of beavers that were... Oh no! Turn off the water dump! No! Stop dumping water! This tank is not ready yet! We rescued a couple of beavers that, due to some haphazard building practices, were trapped up here. Well, we rescued one of them. The other one was rescued from the pains of life by fate. But... we are still working on building this entire thing, and I'm not sure, because I do have a meeting, I believe, in about half an hour. I'm not sure if we have time to get this thing built. I'm not going to pause the game, so we're going to keep running at top speed this entire time, and we're going to see if we can get it done. Genuinely not sure if we can make it. But the beavers are working hard. They don't have any distractions, and they shouldn't, at this point, they shouldn't have any... shortages of materials either, because this is just logs, and we've got 562 logs, which each of these takes 12, and we're also cutting down new trees as we go. We've got a bunch of trees that are, I think, within range of lumberjacks. Yeah, we got a bunch of lumberjacks who can cut trees down, so we're replenishing as we use them. And so yeah, things are looking good. So we're going to watch these beavers go. In the meantime, we can talk about anything you want. There is one thing about Timberborn is that, a lot of the work, you don't do it. It's done by the beavers. You just sort of got to watch it happen, right? So Goonie wants to know when Update 33 is coming out. I can't give you that information. It's going to come out this year. And hopefully that will be an understatement. But yeah, I can't really give you any details beyond that. The team is working hard. That's all I know. Coalition says, that's what you said last year. Yeah, well, I thought it was true last year, and I think it's true this year as well. I can't predict when I will be found wrong, but it would be really weird if it didn't come out this year, right? That would be really, really weird. So I'm just gonna stick to that and stick to my guns. Redithcord asks, is there a chance that the infestation update will get pushed to update 34? We'll have to do another update in between because of some other thing like a holiday or something like that. I don't think so. I think we're probably... So one thing I don't know is if the team has gone to stage yet. I think they may have. If they've gone to stage, that means they basically split off the build that they are going to be putting out in update 33. And are working exclusively there to find bugs, cut out any half-done features for future updates, that sort of thing. So if they have gone to stage, then any new names that I put into the game now will not make update 33. They'll be on update 34. And so that I can't, like Rosenberg, for instance, who just cashed in the Add a Name to State of Decay 2 prize. If they've already gone to stage, then I'm not going to be able to get Rosenberg's name in for update 33. It will have to wait till update 34. But we'll have to see. Camus asks, what about State of Decay 3, LOL? But they know that I can't answer that question. So, yeah, I can't go anywhere near answering questions about State of Decay 3. Okay, so the beavers are spending some time on the water pumps, and that's not too bad. Hopefully that's not going to cost them their ability to finish this thing up. I'm going to quickly double-check my calendar just to make sure. Yep. That meeting is still on, so I definitely have a meeting at 1:30 that I'm going to have to be done for. So it's a race against time, beavers. Are you actually going to make it? Look at them. So I appreciate the fact that the beavers can build endlessly downwards. So they can come up onto this path, and they can just build things that are below them to any degree. Now, they can only build one level up from themselves, I believe, but they can build any level down, which is what makes it possible for them to build, for instance, bridges across... or like platforms across deep water, is because they can stand on the edge and they can build downwards, and that's fine. Let's see. Yeah, Goonie, your Jedi mind tricks are not going to work on me. So, Camus, I'm glad that you've come in and chatted with us for the first time. I really appreciate it. Camus says that that I did I Was it me? Did I come in and like raid you or host you at some point, and that's what got you to follow me back? And he says that he appreciates the random games. That is definitely the if we had to sort of characterize my stream, random games is a pretty good way to characterize it. Oh, okay. So this pump is not going to work because you can't get to it with a path. Let's check that. Let's click on this. So, oh my gosh, the path runs out 2 tiles too early. But you know what? This is doable. Wait, so thing I don't know is, if a beaver can get to this path, can they get into this workplace? Or does it stop short? Do they need to have another tile of movement? Because basically what they say is, a beaver is allowed to work any place that is within a certain distance of the district center on the path network. Okay, good. Yes. Okay, so it does get a node here. I was about to wonder, like, does it need another step in order to get here? But it doesn't. This pump will work. So what that means is, this pump, which was placed under weird circumstances anyway, with me not fully understanding the shape of these things, I can build a version of this where that pump does work. And it works like this. So if I tap into that same tile that the beavers could reach, then we should have 2 working pumps here. This is just a better design anyway. So that's going to work, I think. And now the beavers are no longer distracted by this stuff. Well, I mean, they're going to rebuild this now. But actually, you know what? Let's de-emphasize this. So let's say, no, we're not going to build this right this second. We're not going to build this right this second. We don't need the pump as much as we need the cistern. Is that what you... What's a cistern? Is this a cistern? I don't know what this is. Is this a water tower? What is it? So Goonie is banking on the idea that he's going to be that I'm going to slip something about State of Decay 3 and that he's going to be there to catch me. So I mean, I really hope not. You know, I would be in big trouble if I just revealed some secret about State of Decay 3. So I really hope that that's not true. So Coalition wants to know if I can participate in our poll. You have to... Okay, it says you have to date a State of Decay 2 freak. Choose one. Feral, Bloater, Screamer, or Juggernaut. I'm going to say Screamer, because I really appreciate having someone who can compete with me in a conversation. Normally, it's very easy for me to accidentally talk too loud and too fast and too frequently, so that other people feel like they can't get a word in edgewise. But a Screamer never feels like it can't get a word in edgewise. And so I feel like I would be more comfortable on a date with a Screamer than with any of the others. Yeah, Midi Chad is reminding people that that I probably my silence on State of Decay 3 is probably covered by an actual NDA, and that actually I could really get in big trouble if I violated it. And Midi Chad is correct. So that's not a thing that somebody can just do because they feel like it. Okay, so these guys theoretically can reach this far, but they are not. Well, let's see. This is just a really, really big field. How are we doing on workers around here anyway? We got 6 jobs not being done, but that probably falls under the realm of jobs that don't need to be done. Like, it's probably this job. Yeah, these haulers. This is where our unemployment is. It's in this hauler, and so that's just not a big deal. We can deal with that. Oh wait, but there's some jobs outside of Cogstown that aren't being done too. Is somebody low on people? This place, it's got 11 children. So it's got enough children to make up for this. It looks like these guys might just be at a weird cycle in their sort of ebb and flow of population. So they'll recover, but they're kind of in a weird zone right now. Luckily, I think their food is doing okay. Won't worry about that too much. These guys, their food is doing okay. Not going to worry about them too much yet. Should keep checking up on them, though, because it's really easy for some, what looks like to be overall a healthy food supply can actually be, it can mask hidden starvation elsewhere. Oh, interesting. They built this anyway, even though it was lower priority. I guess, maybe each beaver assigns itself to one thing to build, and they just were out of things to build, and so they spread out. I'm not sure what would cause that. Interesting. One thing I'm curious about, can we build a large storage tank here so that these pumps that are pumping out water can, if the natural place they first take the water is to this spot, then they'll also feed it from this spot directly up into these dumps. I think that's probably a good plan. I don't know what a good plan is, but I think that's a good plan. I'm actually wondering, where else can I hide water? I mean, I could put some like water storage up here. That's not what I wanted to put there. I could do this and put some water storages up here and then deprioritize this whole thing so that they'll only build it if they get nothing better to do. But the idea would be that when water gets pumped out of here, the closest place to take it is a nearby storage, which then can easily be fed here. The thing I don't want is to depend on chance, basically, for beavers to notice that there's water here and bring it up here when it happens to be empty. I'm betting that there's going to be a lot of periods where water is getting immediately pulled out of this to be taken to a storage somewhere in town, and then having the water go all the way out and then all the way back feels like a waste of everyone's time. Thank you, Canvas. I'm really glad that you like watching my streams. I'm glad that you found the weird games that I play interesting. So, Coalition says, wait, Jeffrey, I forgot. What are you building? So this is a giant water tank. The idea is that we're going to be taking water out of the sort of the spring here, dumping it into this giant tank. And then when the tank is full and we have a drought and this reservoir starts drying up and my fields start drying out and stuff, I can start using these floodgates to release water from the tank steadily down into this so we can keep it replenished and keep these sunflowers alive. Because a lot of these sunflowers end up dying during droughts. Because even though they're the most resilient plants to drought, they're still, we still have to be careful with them. They can't last forever. Oh, so yeah. So by the way, Malator, I should definitely call this the Malator Cistern or something, because this was your idea. If I had made a new district up here, I would have called it the Malator District. But I didn't make a district, so Malator does not get to have credit. So it looks like, by the way, Coalition just finished his weird poll, and it looks like people would prefer to date a feral primarily. I guess it's the most of the freaks. It is the one who looks the most like a just normal old human, and so I can totally see people feeling like the feral is more likely to fit their expectations. Okay, it looks like we might have actually reached the end of where our builders can go. Oh wait, no. Okay, they are starting to build off the edge of that. I'm very nervous, though, that my builders are not going to be able to reach the middle of the back of this. And we're going to have to try something weird. Like what? Maybe building a path directly across. You know what? That might actually be a thing we need to do. Let's get rid of this. And let's, at a low priority, let's just preemptively build a bridge across this. And I wonder if there's also something that we can do Let's lower the priority of this. I wonder if there's also something that we can do to shorten the route that these people are taking. So, what is the shortest route that they can take from the district center? Okay, it looks like... Okay, we do have... Wait. Oh, it's going... There's nothing cutting straight through here. It's just going around and underneath. It's going underneath a bunch of stuff to get up there. It doesn't have a direct path through. Because we've got these... Oh, we've got the storage there. Huh. So these two paths here are redundant, though. I mean... Yeah. So if I severed this to try to make a staircase up and over this to shorten that route by a little bit, I would lengthen a lot of other routes. And so that might end up not being worth it. But this is something I can test. So let's see. Okay, so how far... Okay, so we've got red paths going all the way out to here. Red paths going out to here. Red paths going out to here. These are all things that I need to not mess up. And we got red paths going out this far. So, if I were to cut this, let's just cut this path. Let's see, does it mess up any of this? Yes, I fall just shy of the district gate, and we no longer can reach out here. What about down here? I think we might be falling just shy of that district gate too, I'm not sure. Okay, let's... And this is also shortened significantly. Now, that's the thing I was going to extend, but... Okay, let's put that path back. I'm glad these paths are instant. So now... Oh, let's click this. So now... Yeah, now we reach all the way over here. Okay, it looks like we don't get a little node going into the district. So this was not going to be a problem. Now, the question is... If I did build a staircase up and over this... Oh, I can't even... I don't think I can even do that, really. Not without disrupting this whole deal, which... I mean, this ended up not being that valuable anyway, but... Yeah, there's not a lot of options here. Like, I don't... Like, even if we did go up and over this... Okay, so... Oh, wait, no, that's just... It's this we would have to go up and over. It's the berry storage we would have to go up and over. We would reconnect here. And then we would still go down this way. So we might be okay. We might still be able to reach that water pump if I did this move. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to see if this works. So what I'm trying to do, just to make it really clear, I'm trying to make a shorter route from the district center to the cistern. And the way I'm planning to do it is to make a staircase that goes up here, a staircase that goes down there, a path over the whole thing, like that. And let's massively prioritize this so it gets built quickly. And so what this is doing in the short term is it is cutting off access to this place. But... not to the district gate, so we're still fine. But and it's also making this shorter. So actually, I've made my problem worse in the short term. But once we've built this, we are running low on wood here because some of the wood that we've stored up is actually in our other districts. Gotcha. Like these guys have got 240 wood. And so I'm being held up by that. All right, let's add a new route. Let's send logs that direction, and then let's set our district distribution limits. If this place falls below 200 logs, then we should ship logs to it. So that should help feed us some logs. And, okay, so we've got a new route. Okay, so now let's look at it. Ah, you see that? The paths go further. And did we get it? And we got this back too. Okay, cool. So yes. So making this little cut has extended the range of the path network to make it possible. So really, I probably don't need this path across the middle of the tank anymore. I probably don't need it. All right, see you later, Goonie. And before leaving, Goonie reminded me that I've got a meeting in 15 and now actually 11 minutes. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely make sure not to miss that. So if we need to do a quick little sort of extension of this episode, because I really don't want to go much further without completing the giant tank. Maybe I'll just end up snapping my fingers and editing something together. I don't know. Because, yeah, I can't be late to that meeting, but this is important, too. All right. Just making sure nothing bad's happening elsewhere. It looks like we're okay. We are just not making use of all of this wheat. Even slightly. Oh, there's my reminder of my meeting. It's in 10 minutes now. Okay, we are keeping wood in stock. That's good. Got so many beavers delivering wood over here. So yeah, I wonder, is it building beavers who transport the construction materials, or is it haulers? Because if haulers are transporting the construction materials and builders are separately building it, that might explain why they're building the low priority things. Because it might mean that, like, the builders will fill up all of the stuff that can be... the haulers will fill up all the capacity for delivering materials to these sites. And then they'll have nothing better to do than deliver materials to the low priority sites while they're waiting for the builders to build the next piece of levee. So I think that's what's going on. So the Coalition has got another poll going. What state of decay 2 items will you give your loved one? Plague Cure, Bloater Gas Grenade, Echo a Karambit Knife, Bellawood's Sword, or 10 Plague Samples? I mean, I would definitely give Plague Cure. Plague Cure is the one that might actually save their lives, so that's pretty important. Handing them just raw Plague Samples feels like a practical joke. Like what am I going to do with this, you idiot? You know? So I love that, like, we're building this thing. I can't even fit it on camera. Like, we're building this thing that will become sort of like the 8th wonder of the world to these to these beavers. Like, I was not like I thought that the dam here at Grand Fork, that this was going to be the big achievement of these beavers. The fact that they backed up water all the way up this dry riverbed, that was going to be their great achievement. And certainly in terms of just like changing the landscape, that did make a big difference. But this, as far as just engineering ambition, this is the one that's just out of control. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm just like, I did not think that this town was going to be as ambitious as this. Malator is saying that I could actually put a monument in the middle of it if I wanted to. That's true. You know what? I've got 2,500 science. I'm not too far from the 3,000 science it would take to put the Flame of Progress in the middle of this. That is absolutely a good idea. And maybe that will be sort of the last thing we do as a part of this, as a part of this deal. So, you know what? I was going to blow a channel out of here. But now, I've kind of put an obstacle in the way. I mean, this will still work. I'm pretty sure the water will still go where we want. I kind of feel like I missed an opportunity, though, to blow that channel. To use the explosives for something. I might have to use the explosives for something else. Like, maybe I will still widen the reservoir or something like that by using explosives. I could still do that. The fact that I, have subsumed my earlier plan of building a tank out here and cutting through the dandelions, the fact that I canceled that plan, I mean, I didn't cancel that plan. I delayed that plan in favor of this weirder, more ambitious plan. But I could still do that. And that could be an interesting use of explosives. And maybe between that and sort of building a monument in the middle of this, maybe that will be where we cap off this series. Because I do think we should probably at some point say, okay, we've built enough cool stuff in this town. We should take a break from Timberborn, come back and build something crazy in a different place later on. But maybe that's where we sort of set our goal. It's like, let's use explosives. Let's do some sort of digging, which is a thing we haven't really done yet. And let's turn this into a monument. And maybe that's where it ends. And then, yeah, the coalition is suggesting that then we should build another town called Beaverly Hills, which is a suggestion that he made several episodes ago. Okay, we're down to 5 minutes left. I think we can probably say with confidence we are not going to finish this in 5 minutes. So we are going to need to wrap this up a little bit early. But I'm just thinking, how long has this session been? Do I want to say that that is just another episode? Or do I want to try to tack something on the end of this one? Because really, like, I feel kind of bad. This is like, for people watching this later on YouTube, this is an uneventful episode. We've got a drought coming. That's great. But we didn't accomplish a lot. We just made some progress. Actually, you know what this episode was about? Making the path network work. Hacking the path network. That's what this was about. So, yeah, this episode did have a point, actually. It wasn't about finishing the cistern. It was about the path network. Or that says I should just keep it running during the meeting. No thanks. Partly just because Timberborn is one of those games where if you click away from it, like every time I've been participating in one of Coalition's polls, I've been clicking away and it automatically pauses the game and mutes all the sound. So I couldn't actually participate in a meeting, especially one where I have to be looking at documents with people and stuff like that. I couldn't do that with Timberborn running in the background because Timberborn won't run in the background. It has to have focus. So that wouldn't work. So yeah, so I think what we need to do is we're going to end this episode. This is the episode about hacking the path network. And next episode is going to be about finishing the cistern. We're going to finish the cistern next episode. And we're going to start laying our plans for using explosives to further expand the base level reservoir beneath it. Because honestly, we still haven't proven this plan is going to work. I don't know if we can dump water into it fast enough to actually make a difference during a drought. So we'll have to discover that later on. But for right now, this is time for me to wrap up this session. So if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, I will put a button right there. I will put the next episode right there where hopefully we will finish this cistern unless something goes horribly wrong. And yeah, so thank you all for being here, and I will see you all later.